do people have a strategy of like coming in for a few weeks and being a customer before they say, oh, by the way?
I should say, like, I don't expect every brand to start shopping on our shelves before they get on there. But I will say, if I have a staff member reach out to me and say, hey, this customer of ours who has been coming in for a while and we all love them and they have this brand of pre-roll, I'm much more likely to reach out to them and ask for a sample from someone who we all want to succeed in this, and I personally want everybody to succeed. So those who are supporting our company and my bud tenders are ones that I know down the road, when we are in a pinch or when something might have gone wrong with the delivery, they're a vendor that has our best interests at heart, rather than just simply we want to be another shelf for them to say their products on.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go over to Anthony now.
For sure.
When did you, day one for 40 tons, you've got a product now, you're trying to get it on a shelf or on a truck. When did you start that process? And what did it look like for the first, 6 months, couple quarters? Just
Sure.
walk me through that.
So before we even had a product, we needed to build the brand. So we wanted to build a brand first. And then as we built the brand of what we represented and what our mission was, we started to fill in with our products. And so what we realized was that we needed to make sure that if you were to remove the 40 tons brand on the product, that the product would still sell. Because if you add the brand to it, it just makes it that much more. And so correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but buyers are looking for quality products at great prices, right? I mean, that's just the bottom line. So we needed to figure out all of that. But in addition to figuring out all of that, we needed to figure out where we were priced within the market. And I think brands sometimes don't realize what they're really known for. What we realized was that we weren't known for growing weed, because we've never grown weed. We were always sellers of weed. We were the Uber of weed before there was Uber and Ease 20 years ago. So what we needed to do was we needed to build our brand on what we represented, but then at the same time, make sure that we find supply chain partners that provide the products that we need, but then also figuring out what those price points were. And so we fell forward on day one, right? We worked with a company that ended up not working out. Then we ended up, trial and erroring it until we got to the point where now we know what I guess you can say what our offering should be. And it was just testing it out, because if I have an eighth in the market and I'm competing against your Alien Labs and your 710s and your Cannabiotics, even if the weed is as good as that, it doesn't really matter because the brand isn't known for growing that weed. So that is where I've been really, really trying to dial in over these last few months, is creating a price point so that buyers like Josh instantly want to carry my product because they're already oversaturated with the eighth weed that goes for $50, $60 an eighth, right? And so figuring out that product, what that product's going to be, is very, very important. And then once you figure that out, then you go to people like Josh and try to get it on shelves. But if you don't go through that process and you just make a brand, you put out a product, you say, I'm going to sell it for $20 wholesale, you're going to have a problem getting it on the shelf. And we realize that. And so figuring out how we, price our product, the affordability of creating it to get it to that wholesale price, we needed to figure all that out before we came to the Joshes of the world.